Did you know that managing repository access in Azure DevOps can significantly enhance your team's productivity and security? In this tutorial, you'll learn how to grant repo access in Azure DevOps, ensuring that your team has the right permission to work effectively. Let's dive in. Many users struggle with understanding how to configure access level for different team member or user, and this can lead to confusion and security risk. We'll walk you through the steps to grant access, including navigating the Azure DevOps interface, selecting the appropriate permission, and understanding security group. In this tutorial, I assume you already have your Azure DevOps board set up, so now let's go through the process of adding a new user to your organization. First, navigate to your organization setting in Azure DevOps. Once you're there, find a user. Right now, we only have one existing user, and since we want to invite a new user, click on the option to add one. Now enter the email address of the user you want to invite, and then after that you want to assign the appropriate access level. In this case, we will grant them stakeholder access instead of basic. Next, choose the project they should be part of which in our case is a Phoenix project. Then before finalizing, make sure that you send the email invite option, then click send. Now let's switch over to the email inbox associated with the invited user. Shortly after sending the invite, an email should arrive with a Join Now button. Clicking on it will open a new tab, giving the user access to your Azure DevOps organization and the Phoenix project they were just added to. And that's it. The new user is now successfully part of your DevOps environment. So once the user accepts the invitation and join the Azure DevOps organization, they will see a brief message explaining that they have been assigned stakeholder access. This means they have limited permission, and in this case, they won't have access to certain features like the repo tab. To change this, we need to go back to the admin account and update the user access level. Instead of a stakeholder, we will upgrade them to basic access. Once we select basics, we click save to apply the changes. Okay, so now that the access level has been updated, we can go back to the user tab and refresh the page to see that we have access to all the features such as repo. So at this point, the user has access. Here you can see the repo tab and access all the repository within the project. However, this is not what we want. We need to restrict their access to only a specific repository rather than giving them full access. So to do this, we need to switch back to the admin account and modify the user permission. First, navigate to the Phoenix project and then open project setting. Okay, so once we are in the repository section, we click on repositories, where we can see all the repository that the admin user has access to. Where we could assign permission individually for each repository, we will go directly to the security tab to manage access more efficiently. The first step is to find the user we want to modify permission for. Once selected, we need to disable inheritance so that we can fully control the access. By default, the user might have inherited permission that allow access to multiple repositories, so we want to deny the read, which is currently allowed, so we change to deny to prevent access to all repositories. Similarly, we locate contribute, which is also allowed by default, and deny it as well. With this setup, the user now has no access to any repository, and now we can start granting access on per repository basis. So we go back to repository, select the repository, and navigate to the security setting. Here you find the user again, and this time we want to allow access. So scroll down to read, and we can see that it is now allowed because it was allowed previously in another demo, and this is exactly what we want. And we also check contribute, and if it's currently denied, we change it to allow. Once this is done, we switch back to the user tab and refresh the page, and now the Phoenix repository, which was previously visible, is now gone. if we check the list of repositories, the user has now access to only the .NET App Demo repository. Now let's add access to another repository. So we return to the admin account, go to the repository we would like to grant access to, and here in our case we select Phoenix. Then we open its security setting and locate the user and scroll down to the permission. So in that case, read, we want to allow it. Since it is currently denied, we switch it to allow. We do the same for contribute, enable it so the user can work on the repository. Okay, and finally we go back to the user tab and we will refresh once more. Now we should see that the user has access to both the .NET App Demo and Fit repository, and that's it, the permission are properly set up. Recap, we covered how to grant repository access and the importance of managing permission in Azure DevOps. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out my other tutorial on Azure DevOps and leave a comment with your question. Thank you.